Talking baseball, Klazuski, Campanella, talking baseball. The man and Bobby Fella, the Scooter, the Barber, and the Nuke. They knew 'em all from Boston to Dubuque, especially Willie, Mickey, and...
The center fielder. Who was the center fielder for the Yankees in 1927?
Earl Combs.
Earl Combs.
C-O-M-B-S. And he was tall. I had gray hair as a young fellow, gray hair. But he was a very dignified looking guy.
Was he a good hitter?
Oh yeah, but they were all good hitters, but nothing was like Ruth or
Lou Gehrig?
even Lazari.
Lazari.
Push him up, Tony.
Was Push Him Up Tony a good hitter?
Yeah, he was a good hitter, second baseman. But then, of course, they evolved over the years. Now, I also became a Giant fan later on.
Why? So why did you become a Giant fan and not?
Well, because he was a New York team.
So
I was a Yankee fan for the American League and the New York Giants for the National League. So we saw the Brooklyn Dodgers play with the Giants. In fact, once Labor Day weekend, Labor Day weekend was always a doubleheader. 4th of July, Memorial Day, and Labor Day were always doubleheaders for every team in the leagues. And there weren't that many teams then. I think there was 8 in the National League and 8 in the American League. And because you had like a Chicago White Sox for the American, Chicago Cubs for the National, Philadelphia Phillies for the National, Philadelphia A's for the American, and so forth. And of course, New York had the Giants and the Yankees. So we saw quite a bit, but when I used to go to the polo grounds with my friends who were more or less National Leaguers.
And the polo grounds were the New York Giants played the home games?
As a matter of fact, as I said, there was a big ramp that really went over the Harlem River from the stadium, and you get into the polo grounds area, which overlooked the same Harlem River, but on the other side. One Labor Day, the St. Louis Cardinals, that's another city that had St. Louis Browns and St. Louis Cardinals, American League, National League. But the St. Louis Cardinals were called the Gas House Gang. They were tough guys playing dirty baseball, but Dizzy Dean and Daffy Dean, the two brothers, were pitchers. Now Dizzy Dean was pitching the first game against the Giants. Pitches a shutout, shuts out the Giants, because they're all fighting for the pennant. In those days, there was no playoffs.
It's all about the pennant.
You got the pennant, you went into the series. Fighting for the pennant. So, we see Dizzy Dean pitched the shutout, and then the second, after a little intermission, the second game's going to start. And he's arguing with the manager, who I think was Leo DeRocha, but I'm not positive. He wants to pitch the second game, which was slated for his brother Daffy. They called him Dizzy and Daffy.
Yeah.
So Daffy came out to pitch. And he also won, I think he won 1-0 or 2-1, something like that. So they defeated the Giants, and they went on to win, this is 1934,